Welcome, Ukraine War Update today. At a European Union summit in Brussels, President Volodymyr Zelensky said he'll ask EU leaders to provide Ukraine with fighter jets to beat back Russia's invasion. So far there's been no commitment to jets, an EU official said. Ukraine's leader also urged expanded sanctions against Vladimir Putin's regime, including on missile and drone production. The head of the European Parliament pledged support for Ukraine's membership of the bloc. European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen said the EU fully backs Ukraine's peace formula and that the bloc would propose a 10th sanctions package against Russia in the coming days. Russia has started talks in Moscow with IAEA Director General Rafael Mariano Grossi focused on the establishment of a safety zone around the Zaporizhzhia atomic power plant occupied by Kremlin forces. Russian forces have begun their next major offensive in the Luhansk region, the Institute for the Study of War said. The pace of Russian operations along the Svatov-Kremenna line in western Luhansk has increased markedly over the past week, with the army making marginal advances along the Kharkiv-Luhansk region border. Russia is boosting troop numbers, with the seizure of Donbass remaining its main goal at the front lines, Ukrainian intelligence representative Andriy Yusov said in a televised interview. Russian strikes from other directions are also possible, but may be mainly a bid to distract or withdraw the Ukrainian forces and means, he said. Russia is ready to continue work on implementing the International Atomic Energy Agency's initiative to create a safety zone at the Zaporizhzhia nuclear power plant, the nuclear energy company Rosatom said on its Telegram channel. Rosatom chief Alexei Likachev met with IAEA chief Rafael Mariano Grossi in Moscow on Thursday to discuss safety at the facility, which has been occupied by Russian forces for almost a year. Europe's largest nuclear power plant has come under sporadic shelling that Russia and Ukraine have blamed on each other, resulting in urgent warnings from the UN Atomic Agency about the dangers of a catastrophe. SpaceX curbed Ukraine's use of Starlink internet for drones. SpaceX has taken steps to prevent Ukraine's military from using the company's Starlink satellite internet service for controlling drones in the region during the country's war with Russia, SpaceX's president said. SpaceX's Starlink satellite internet service, which has provided Ukraine's military with broadband communications in its defense against Russia's military, was never meant to be weaponized, Gwynne Shotwell, SpaceX's president and chief operating officer, said during a conference in Washington, D.C. However, Ukrainians have leveraged it in ways that were unintentional and not part of any agreement, she said. Russia has attempted to jam Starlink signals in the region, though SpaceX countered by hardening the service's software, Elon Musk, the company's chief executive, has said. Russia should upgrade and produce thousands of tanks in response to countries providing armor to Ukraine, Dmitry Medvedev, deputy head of President Vladimir Putin's Security Council, said in a video posted on his Telegram channel. Our adversary begged for planes, missiles, tanks abroad. What should we do in response? It's clear that it's natural for us to increase the production of arms and military equipment, including modern tanks, Medvedev, a former Russian president, said during a visit to a tank factory in Omsk. Ukraine's president urged the EU to speed up the delivery of weapons to Kyiv and said Ukraine needs EU membership this year. Ursula von der Leyen praised Ukraine's efforts on advancing toward the EU, typically a years-long process, as impressive. Zelensky called for Western sanctions against the Russian missile and drone industry, against the industry that provides Russian terror.